in order to combat the recent draconian Ohio legislation that has just passed the House and passed the Ohio Senate, that seeks to basically restrict or eliminate all abortion and abortion clinics in the state, there is one senator in Ohio that is attempting to push back this effort, and that is Democratic Senator Nina Turner, and she has decided to volunteer to be Ohio's Wendy Davis. But she has decided to do this in a particularly clever way through legislation. She has created Ohio Bill SB 307, which is intended to regulate men's reproductive health. The bill includes provisions that would require a patient to get a notarized affidavit from at least one sexual partner certifying that the patient has experienced erectile dysfunction within the last 90 days before a doctor can prescribe medication to treat erectile dysfunction. This bill would also require the patient to see a state-approved sexual therapist before being prescribed any medication for his condition, and it would also require that the patient conduct a cardiac stress test to ensure that the patient's health is compatible with sexual activity.
Got to be healthy enough for sexual activity. You see it all the time in those Cialis commercials.
Ms. Turner sweetly stated in defense of her bill that even the FDA recommends that that doctors make sure that assessments are taken that target the nature of the symptoms, whether they be physical or psychological. I certainly want to stand up for men's health and take seriously and legislate in the same way mostly men say they want to legislate a woman's womb. So let me get your thoughts for this and open it up on this and open it up for discussion. What do you guys think?
Ain't payback a bitch.
Exactly. This is just Strikeback. I love it.
Right. And she's acting it so well. She's acting like she's absolutely serious and she wants to take this seriously because she does want it to be taken seriously, because her goal is to point out how ridiculous it is for legislators to be doing this about women.
Well, this is what a lot of these anti-abortion legislators talk about. They say, no, we're doing it for the health of the woman. It's good for the woman. We're looking out for you.
Right.
We're legislating your body for you because you can't make your own decisions for yourself. And the great thing about Nina Turner is she's turning it back on the men and saying, well, we're just trying to help you now. Just trying to help you.
Right.
You know, with your sexual stuff.
She reminds me of another female senator last year who tried to pass a bill that would ban masturbation, basically male masturbation, because it would ban the excretion of semen with the logic that, well, if abortion is killing life, then you're also killing life every time you masturbate, and it's not into a woman.
Oh yeah, that's actually from the Bible too.
You're right.
If you masturbate, if you masturbate, or if you have sex with a woman and don't deposit sperm into her vagina, God will kill you, just like He did in the Bible.
Like,
look it up. It's in the Old Testament, I think.
From my point of view, I think it's clever, but I'm kind of against it. Don't give the government any good ideas. No, but I'm actually a little against her proposing it to prove a point, because it's like, don't give the government any more ideas. You know what? Like, I could see somebody like Mayor Bloomberg saying this and being like, that sounds like a good idea. I should make people go through this or that. I don't just stop. Just do the filibuster. It's better.
Well, you hear that like, don't do that. That's a stupid idea. That's how we women feel. That's why, I mean, this bill is not going to pass. But this is equally as ridiculous as trying to regulate women's abortions and women's health and women's reproductive rights. And so, I mean, why shouldn't we throw you in the same boat we're in?
And the whole point of this is that it wasn't supposed to pass.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand all of that, and I understand that and I agree it's clever, it's smart, right? But it's at the same time, like,
it makes you uncomfortable.
No, I'm like, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. It doesn't make me uncomfortable.
That's how petty Washington is now.
It doesn't make me uncomfortable. It's just don't give them any more ideas. Like
Sean's again it. He's again it. God's again it.
To me, it just seems like I get it. I get why you do it, but like for some reason, to me, proposing sarcastic bills like just seems like a bad idea because I feel like we're in a dumb enough country that they'll start to get passed eventually. Like in 10 years, somebody would be like, "All right, fine," and then they pass it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Like,
First you
how
put
do
a
we
bill.
feel? These anti-abortion and anti-women-related laws are being already passed all over the country.
And I'd say they're just as equally ridiculous.
No, I totally
Absolutely.
agree with you, and I'm being a little ridiculous on top of that, but I totally agree with you. It's just that I don't want the government to have any more ideas.
First the uterus,
I want
next the
them to
big
have
gulp.
less
What's
ideas.
next?
I know, I just want them to have less ideas.
I mean,
Do the
how
filibuster.
can a guy walk
That's
walk the street without getting beaten to death? I mean, how the fuck
Oh,
does
it would
Bloomberg
be
live?
nice if they had good ideas once in a while.
better. Exactly.
Well, the good ideas always get crushed, but that's a different.
And that's another thing. The more time we spend on this ridiculous legislation, which whether it's about the drug war or the war on women or voter ID laws, or just things or gay rights, the more time we're spending on these issues that should be personal, that should be the basis of the freedoms in this country. It should be up to the individual. We're wasting time on that, and we're not spending any time on the things that really matter legislatively, things that should be handled legislatively. And it's unfortunate on many levels that we're in this level of ridiculousness. We're in this level of stupid that we're trying to take rights away from people, and yet supposedly this is still land of the free, home of the brave.
America.
It's not just local either. It's national. Okay, so you have the Congress. What is the esteemed 113th Congress done this year? They've done a bunch of abortion bills, okay, with no chance of passing, and then they tried to repeal Obamacare 38 times.
I mean,
Right? It doesn't make any sense.
It's an intentional distraction, the way I feel about it. Like, they're doing it so you don't focus on, like, things that actually matter.
Oh, like jobs?
Yeah.
Because, John Boehner, I mean, the whole Republicans in the House, they won because they promised to focus like a laser on jobs. What
Where
are
are
they
the
doing at the
jobs?
national level? They're trying to regulate women's vaginas and repeal Obamacare. What are they doing at the state level? They're trying to eliminate voting rights and eliminate women's reproductive health, to limit their choices. This isn't about jobs.
And of course not. And supposedly Republicans are against poor people and things. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and quit having so many kids and living off the government. But they say that, but within what they're actually doing is you're taking away people's education, you're taking away people's access to birth control, which would bring people out of poverty and keep them from having child after child after child.
Well,
They're hypocrites to the largest extent.
Let's just say the obvious. These people aren't pro-life. They're not at all pro-life. They're pro-birth. Okay, have the baby, but then here chuck a couple of bootstraps at them and say, here you go, have at it. If you don't make it, sad day for you.
Right. They're for you having the child, but they're not for feeding the child or educating the child.
Or keeping the child healthy when it comes to, having health care. They're cutting things
Giving
like
him adequate housing.
food stamps, housing. Yep, housing. And that's another good one. These people aren't pro-life.
No, absolutely not. They want to keep the status quo, and in order to do that, you have to have a large populace of poor, desperate people that are, just begging for whatever jobs you're willing to throw at them at any given point in time.
It's a race to the bottom.
Right. Well, absolutely. And, this is a good way to keep women from competing for the jobs that do exist. So.
Barefoot and pregnant. Essentially, that's the Republican vision for women.
So really, they want poor people. They want poor people. They want more people in the system.
They just don't want to pay for it.
Right. Then they have more, sheep to herd.
And they want those people to and it's kind of, I know it's kind of a stretch, but they want these people to they want to replace government help with faith-based help to bring them into the
Right.
church.
Yes, that's true. Because, religion is one of those things that someone is more susceptible to when they don't have a lot of education behind them.
Or when they don't have a lot of money, they go into hard times, all that kind of stuff. So
Or when they're children and easily manipulated.
that too.